Hey, welcome guys back to the channel. This is Maverick here, and today it's Monday, so time for another episode of Monogatari Mondays. So today we are watching episode 2 of the Sengoku arc, Otorimonogatari, where, back in the first episode, well, not really that much has happened. We only know that apparently there are some pretty epic fights going on. And apparently a lot of you guys are really looking forward to this arc as well, saying it's going to be epic and whatnot. So I can't wait, right? I mean, I get the feeling that every time we see Araki get in a very precarious position, like getting beat up and all that, that's probably a good sign that this upcoming arc is going to be pretty good, right? Is that fair or not? Maybe not. But, well, I gotta say, secretly, I do like to watch Araki suffer a little bit, right? So, anyways, Sengoku, I get the feeling that from last episode that she's really doing all this, right? Basically fighting Araki and all that. Maybe out of jealousy, maybe out of starvation for attention and whatnot. There isn't really any problems with her, but she's just willingly getting mixed up with aberrations again, so that she can have an excuse to get closer with Araki, right? At least that's my interpretation of the situation so far. Is that true or not? Well, let's find out. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Wait. I'd like to stay on the phone longer. Yeah. Oh, it's literally that thing around her hand. Find my corpse? Were you one of those that got killed by Sengoku? Alright. Yeah, it's the opening again. Like I said last episode, I'm really digging this opening. I love that transition there. Right. Koi. So, some of you guys have mentioned to pay attention to how, in Otorimonogatari, it's basically the kanji for bake and being enclosed in sort of like a box and that whatnot. And here we can see it happen twice as well. Once with Sengoku herself, and then once with the kanji for Koi. I did see that. It's just I don't really have any idea as to what could actually mean. Like getting enclosed, being trapped, something like that. Hey, bright and sunshine. It's another beautiful day.
強い種です。ねえ、口縄さん、なでこ以外の人には見えないようになれないの？
なれないこともねえが、これ以上余計な力は使いたくないんでな。安心しな。声は聞こえねえんだし、学校ではちゃんとただのアクセサリーのフリー
I mean, you could also wrap around her leg or something.
どうして靴を履き替えるんだ？
Or you could, like, use your sleeves to cover it, right?
なんでかな、考えたことなかったけど、校舎内を汚さないようにだよ。
Yes, that's the reason.
喋らないでね。
ああ、わかってるさ。念を押す必要なんかねえって。
Because the indoor shoes
口なんだから。
don't get all the filth of the normal shoes.
学校ね。まあ、あの神社でも昔は似たような教育活動は行われていたんだがな。不自然に秩序だって気持ち悪い。
I thought you promised not to say anything.
互いに牽制し合ってピリピリしてるっつうかなんつうか。
ねえ、口縄さん、
なんだよ。
黙って。なでこはね、おとなしくて内気で物静かな子なの。
いるんだかわかんねえようなやつだな。
そう、どこにいるんだかわかんないような子、それがなでこなの。そういや、どこにいるんだかわからないような子が自分の手首とお話ししているのを見た
You
ら、
would notice her.
生徒のみんなはどう思うと思う？
どう思うんだよ。
かわいそうな子って思うの。
そうか？大して何も変わらないって気がするぜ。
Hmm.
ポジションが多少変わったところで何が変わるんだよ。
とにかく口縄さん、
Ooh. Spitting the truth.
お前はそうやってとにかくとかさておきとか、そういう切り替えの文言だけで世渡りをしてきたのかい？ろくに会話もせず、俺様の言うことに納得してるわけでもねえのに反論するでもなく、検討もせずに棚上げにするってのが。
Damn. Spitting the truth.
とにかく昼間はなでこの自由にしていいって約束だよ。口縄さんの死体を探すのは夜だけでいいって。死体探し？どういうこと？
Hmm.
口縄さんの死体って？
いわゆるご神体ってことだ。あの神社でかつて祀られていた俺様の死体。今は失われちまったけどな。俺様がこうしてこうあれることは一つの奇跡だぜ。いや、あの吸血鬼、押野忍、旧キスショットアセロラオリオンハートアンダーブレードのおかげと言うべきか。あいつのせいであの神社に集まった良くないものが今の俺様
Nice flexibility, Sengoku-chan.
しかしその霊的エネルギーをかなりどうでもいいことに使われちまったんだ。いやまあそれも忍ちゃんなんだけどな。あの吸血鬼が自身の力の結果として吹き溜まりに集めた良くないものなんだから、それをあいつがどうしようと勝手なんだがな。しかしそのせいで俺様という概念が空前の灯火になっちまったことも確かだ。
わかった。とにかくなでこは口縄さんの身体をこれから探せばいいんだね。その身体を見つけたらなでこを解放してくれるんだね。
解放って別に俺様はなでこちゃんに無理強いしてるつもりはねえんだけどな。あくまでもなでこちゃんの罪悪感につけ込んでいるだけでな。
とにかく
This girl is such a pushover.
見つけるよ。
助かるぜ。礼は言わないがな。
それで口縄さんの死体はどこにあるの？あの山のどこかにあるの？いつ亡くなったの？どれくらいの大きさ？どれくらい古いの？それだけ情報があればもう見つけたも同然だね。なんでやねん。無理だよそんなの。一生かかっても無理だよ。生まれ変わってお姫様になっても無理だよ。
なんで生まれ変わったらお姫様になることが前提なんだよ。いやいや心配する。俺様と同化しているならすぐに見つけ
I gotta say, I really like this snake. He reminds me of Oshino in a way.
やりたくないな。
いやそこは頑張れよ。
探すのには協力するよ。でも口縄さん、学校には行ってもいいよね。
No. But you want him to worry about you.
俺様はなでこちゃんの献身に感謝の意を示し、なでこちゃんのプライベートタイムは犯さないと誓う。
嘘つき。神様のくせに。
わかったわかった。黙ってればいいんだな。おい、戦国。お前、そんなところで何をしているんだ？
あ、噛みました。
わかりました。
ところで戦国、先生が前に頼んでおいたことはどうなった？
どうって。
少しは解決に近づいたのか？おいおい、頼むよ。早くあの問題を解決しなきゃいけないことは。
The problem of the classroom?
お前だけが頼りなんだからな。
Oh, she's the class press? I thought she was just... Didn't you say you don't like to stand out?
嘘だ。委員長ってあれだろ？学級委員長のことだろ？つまりクラスを取り仕切る、クラスで一番偉い生徒ってことだろ？それがなでこちゃんだって。ああ。
クラスが変な雰囲気になっているのは、口縄さんも分かったんでしょ？だから2学期が始まるとき、立候補も推薦もなかったんだよね。それでなでこが選ばれたの。
どういう経緯を経たらそういうことになるんだよ。
So she has good grades?
クラスの中でおまじないに手を出していない女子生徒がなでこしかいなかったから、こんな。
つまりは消去法か。要するに誰もやりたくないし誰にもやらせたくない仕事をなでこちゃんに押し付けたというわけか。ろくでもねえ連中だな。ああ。
別に押し付けられたってわけ。
You know, combined with my theory of, you know, how we can basically treat the entire Monogatari story as people with mental problems and then trying to resolve them, right? We can, in some ways, consider Sengoku as having this sort of alter ego of her, or like her true self. Kind of similar to, Hanekawa in a way. Right? So unleashing what she truly feels. Right. It's basically like it's really just like if we consider this to be like a normal, like a normal person, and not something dealing with oddities, aberrations, whatnot. It'd basically be her talking to herself.
と言ってなでこは階段を降り始めました。口縄さんは静かになりました。空気を読んでくれたのでしょうか。その後、放課後になるまで口縄さんは一言も喋りませんでした。
How did she turn out this way, though?
その日の夜、なでこは口縄さんとの約束通り、口縄さんの死体探しに出かけます。こっそりと家を出ます。
I mean, Hanekawa had a reason why she eventually became like that, right? Same with Senjugahara as well. She had her reasons. What about Sengoku?
口縄さんの身体をなでこはどういう風に探せばいいの？
身体ってのはつまるところ俺様の肉体だから、その近くを通れば携帯電話のバイブをきれいに発信するんだ。
つまりなでこはこのまま足を止めずに歩いていればいいってこと？うわー！何？
シュシュ！おいおい、早速反応があったぜ。
何？この砂場に口縄さんの死体が埋まっているっていうの？
ああ、間違いないぜ。
口縄さんがそういうのなら一応探してはみるね。口縄さん。ねえ、口縄さん。ねえ、ないんだよ、身体。ないんだけど。
Like, come on. She needs her sleep as well, dude.
ダメ。疲れた。せっかくだからということで、掘ったいくつかの穴を埋めるだけではなく、小さな山とかお城とかを作って、本当に遊んでしまうくらい
Really?
突然
Really, Sengoku?
見つけた戦国。
小読みお兄ちゃん。小読みお兄ちゃん。本
お
名、荒らぎ小読み。シリアスな顔をして、夜中なのに散歩でしょうか。
He knows. He probably knows.
いいか戦国。お前がやったことはな、相手が僕じゃなかったら激怒されてるようなことなんだぜ。夜中に家を抜け出てふらふらと遊んでいるなんて。
小読みお兄ちゃんはなでこを探していたそうです。まあそのなでこの家出に気づいたお父さんとお母さんが心当たりとしてかけた電話先が月日ちゃんだったのですね。で、月日ちゃんは月日ちゃんですから大丈夫だよ一晩くらいという感じでとっさにうちに泊まっていますなんて嘘をついてくれたらしいんですけれど、
バカお前、戦国が絶滅したらどうするんだ。
と家を飛び出し街中を探してくれていたそうです。
まったく、僕が見つけていなければ今頃どんなことになっていたか。
ごめんなさい。
I mean, Shinobu can probably detect that the serpent is there, right?
どうしてこんな夜中にお前みたいないい子が出歩いていたんだ。戦国、まさかお前、ひょっとして昨日の夜電話で言っていたのは嘘で何か厄介事に巻き込まれてるんじゃ。
違うよ。
ああ、そっか。違うんだ。よかった。てっきり僕は戦国が僕に隠れて言い込められて探し物だりなんだり何か都合のいい。
I mean, I wouldn't really consider that smooth talking.
ないよ。ちょっとその今クラスがいろいろとトラブってて、なでこは委員長で、だからなんだかしんどくなって、不意に
That was a pretty good lie.
ああ、なるほどね。そういうことってあるよな。しかし気持ちはわかるが戦国、そうやって逃げていても物事ってのは解決しないんだぜ。
逃げても解決しない。
なんだったら僕に相談してくれればよかったんだよ。教室でのそのトラブルってのも。なんだ、まさか怪奇のおまじない絡みか。
違うよ。
戦国、別に中学生なんだし、悩み事も困り事もたらふくあるだろうが、一人で抱え込むことはねえんだぜ。僕なんかそう、相談に乗るって柄でもねえけれど、それでも話を聞いてやる程度のことはできるんだから。
そうだね。これからは何か困ったことがあったら、抱え込まずに小読みお兄ちゃんに相談するようにするね。
そうしてくれ。
Why is Sengoku refusing to talk to
休めよ。
Araki about this?
ちょっと待ってろ。
ねえ、口縄さん。大丈夫かな。バレてないよね。口縄さん。
お待たせ。はい、これ。寝巻き。月日ちゃんから借りてきた。今夜は泊まっていけよ。もう遅いし。
どこの部屋で寝ればいいのかな。
いや、どこの部屋って。僕んちもそんなに部屋があるわけじゃないんだし、ここで寝るしかないんだけど。
この部屋で小読みお兄ちゃんのベッドで。
まあ、そうだな。
Da 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 da.
ベッドは小読みお兄ちゃんが使ってよ。なでこなん
Under the bed?
どういう発想なんだ。怖いよ。ちゃんとベッドで寝ろ。女子中学生をベッドの下で眠らしたなんて言ったら大問題に発展してしまう。ファイヤーシスターズから恐怖の制裁を受けてしまうぜ。
でも小読みお兄ちゃんを差し置いてなでこ一人がベッドで寝たりできないよ。
ああ、いやいや大丈夫。そのベッドなら
Good job, Shinobu.
危ないところじゃった。もう少しで途上霊に引っかかってしまうところじゃったわい。やれやれ。 大丈夫かな、前髪娘。けんのんけんのん。どうにか間に合ってよかったわい。危うくその年でうぬは子供を産むことになっておったぞ。こうしてみると確かにわからんでもないの。我が主様がうぬに就寝するのもな、かなり整った造形をしておる。わしの次に可愛い。
Oh.
前髪娘よ。我が主様も言っておったが、今晩はそのベッドで眠るがよかろう。我が主様はこのまま1階に連れて降りて、ソファーの上にでも寝転がしておくから安心せ。あ、ごめんなさい。よく謝る娘じゃのう。じゃがどうなんじゃろうの。うぬは悪いと思っておるから謝っておるのか、それともここは場面的に謝るシチュエーションだから台本を読むように空気を読んで謝っておるのか、どちらなんじゃろうの。だんまりか。まあそれについてはわしが何かを言える立場にはないの。わしもずいぶんそうやって黙り込んでいたものじゃしな。
True. Act.
何がおかしいんですか。おかしいおかしいことなどないわい。単にわしは納得したから笑っただけじゃ。そうやってただただブルブル震えておるだけで殺す気がなくなってしまうようなうぬは得でいいのという話じゃ。得なんてしてないよ。本当にそうか。黙っておるだけでみんなが親切にしてくれたりはせんのか。黙っておるだけで頭がいいと思われたりせんのか。失敗しても怒られたりせんのではないのか。嘘をついても許してもらえるのではないのか。それが嫌なんだよ。得じゃないよ、そんなのは。そんなのはただの差別みたいなもので、なでこは困っていると誰かが勝手に助けてくれたりはせんのかの。揉めていたら勝手に被害者だと思ってくれたりの。ひょっとするとわざと演じておるのかと思っておったが、そういうわけでもないようじゃな。つまり天然で特に特別な努力はせず、その可愛さで、その仕草か。天然で可愛いウヌのような存在をちなみに日本語では何というかウヌは知っておるか。
Do tell, Shinobu.
質問じゃぞ。答えていいんじゃぞ。わからないよ。凶悪魔性じゃよ。
Devilish?
可愛いよりもよっぽど妖怪じみておるという話じゃよ。いやいや、いいんじゃよ。すまんすまん、言い過ぎた。
Why though? Just because someone's naturally cute?
一体何を言っておるのやら。ウヌはそのままでよい。そのまま生きてる。わしの知ったことではないわ。そのまま生きてそのまま死ね。そうやって一生暦お兄ちゃんに心配してもらっておればよいわ。よかったな、たまたま可愛くて。
Damn, all these aberrations are like no filter against Sengoku. Alright, see you guys after this. Alrighty, so I think with this episode we do get our first major hint of what is actually the situation in regards to Sengoku. Most especially what Shinobu mentioned about being a masho, right? Having the attribute of masho. So this is a word in Japanese which is typically used to describe women. Masho no ona, which is basically, a devilish woman, I guess would be the direct translation. I like to sort of call it bewitching, a woman who is bewitching, right? Because it sort of has that kind of feeling to it, right? A witch being able to seduce or captivate men or something like that. And it's generally used in that kind of manner as well. It's typically used to describe women who, just have this sort of natural charm and attractiveness that causes men to fall for them, right? And then for them to become subject of envy and jealousy from other women as well, which kind of fits into Sengoku's situation, I guess, in a sense, considering considering back in Bake, what actually happened to her and the entire circumstances with how she got supposedly cursed or got victimized by people in her classroom and whatnot. So it kind of makes sense in that sort of regard, right? And not to mention, if we also look at, for instance, the opening and whatnot, and also tying in with my own theory of, okay, I think what she's really trying to do here is just trying to get Aragi's attention, right? She wants to have, through some sort of method, just have some sort of connection with Araki because she loves her Araki and she wants Araki to notice her and to actually fall for her instead. Except that it seems that things aren't exactly going as planned, right? And I think that is actually reflected in the lyrics of the opening, and also the fact that she wants to stay this naturally cute, right? So this naturally cute, I guess we can just sort of equate with this sort of macho or this sort of bewitching or a devilish woman, if you will. So she actually wants to stay this way because to her it's something. It's actually advantageous to her, right? So, and here I think we also have a few other things to consider. So, first of all, looking at the scene, for instance, when she was at school talking to the snake and all that, you definitely get the kind of feeling that it seems that she is talking to herself, right? I mentioned before, one of my theories about this series is that, you could almost consider them, each of the characters here, to have a certain sort of mental condition, and the manifestation of that mental condition might be these aberrations, right? If we are going to use a more scientific or more realist, real world approach to looking at this, you could typically say that these aberrations might be the alter egos or the manifestations of different personalities that they are going through, or what's actually the voices in their heads, if you will. And so I think it really emphasizes that fact in this episode in particular with Sengoku, and with her talking to the snake. It really just seems that she was just talking to herself, right? Thinking of excuses for herself and making up excuses for herself and trying to convince herself, if you will. And so this actually brings me to another important point that Shinobu also kind of mentioned, and that is she thought that Sengoku was putting up an act, but no, it's just naturally her, right? So here, I had to think about this for a minute there, because on one hand, you would think that this basically releases her of any guilt, right? Releases Sengoku of any guilt. No, she's just naturally this way. It can't be helped. It's not like she's trying to do this on purpose. Yada yada yada. However, we've already known from both from right before with Hanakawa's case and whatnot, and also by our good friend and mentor Oshino, that people, even if they are a certain way, they need to, in order to be safe, they need to help themselves, right? They actually need to change their own attitude towards this as well. It's not just a case of, oh, that's just the way things are, I'm not going to do anything about it, but instead, by actually just not doing anything about it and allowing things to just continue as they are, you are in essence sort of a partner in crime as well, because you're not taking action to stop this. So I think that's what actually Shinobu's why she said that, but then also used a sort of accusatory tone at the very end there, in fact almost berating Sengoku for that, right? So, and I think that this really probably lays the foundation for the entire arc going forward, and that is Sengoku in the end still doesn't really want to give up on this sort of devilish charm that she has, right? And her ultimate goal of this is still to captivate Aragi, well, just have him, right? I know, unfortunately, he's already taken, and there are plenty waiting in line as well. So, yeah, I think that pretty much sums up the entire Sengoku situation here, and we can definitely see that, there are some hints here and there as well, as to maybe, even though it seems that she's not doing anything in particular, and maybe she's still doing these things on purpose in order to get closer to Araki, or to make Araki care for her, right? Such as, for instance, staying out at the playgrounds for that long. Maybe she was secretly waiting for Araki to go find her, as well as the sort of stuttering, the sort of eye contact and whatnot. Maybe it was a subconscious kind of thing, but still, you know, there's just enough there to make you feel, is she actually doing this on purpose or not, even subconsciously, right? Because I think I've mentioned this before back in the previous series, or maybe even 2 series prior to that, and that is, I feel like this is definitely a series where even when the characters tell us what they're thinking in their heads, that's not necessarily true, because they might be trying to convince themselves otherwise. And that goes for Aragi is probably the biggest case for this, but probably goes for other people as well. I definitely wouldn't be surprised in that. So yeah, there we go. That's it for this episode, I guess. And just continue on to the next one. Oh, and by the way, I did eventually find the full version of Moso Express, which is the opening sang by Sengoku. And man, that is absolutely such a banger. Definitely my favorite opening as of right now. So anyways, that's it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one as well, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Bye bye.